Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of This Old Cook. If it's your first time here, then just welcome. It's good to see you. As I said at the end of my last video, we're going to be doing kung po chicken and cashew nuts. Now I'm going to do this in like two bits because there's a specific technique that I want to show you that I was taught some time ago. That's used in Chinese restaurants to make, you know how you have chicken in a Chinese restaurant and it's really soft and so on. Well, I'm going to show you how to make that, and it is a specific technique. So I'm going to show that first. I may upload it as a separate video and then use it in the main dish. So what we'll do now is I'll get set up to show you that. I bought a new kind of overhead thing so you can see what I'm cutting and how it's cut. There is a kind of specific way you need to cut this. So I'll get set up for that and I'll show you in a minute. Right, so what I've got here is two chicken breasts. We're gonna use the white, just the white part of one egg. We're going to use a bit of vegetable oil. Instead of rice wine, we're going to use just fino pale dry sherry. It tastes exactly the same as rice wine, honest, but it's a big bottle like this, about £7 instead of £3.25 for an egg cupful. We're also going to be using cornflour and some salt. So this is how it's going to go. As I say, there's a kind of in all Chinese cooking, what they try and do is make everything about the same size. So if you cut your chicken breasts and your peppers and your onions, they should be of a similar size. So let me show you how to do this bit first. So we don't want any of that white schmooey bit on there. You want a really sharp knife for this. So we'll just cut that schmoo bit off. Bit of that off. And this is kind of, so you cut it, you can see now, that's a bit better in it than it was before. On a kind of slant at about 1/4 inch. It doesn't look like 1/4 inch on there, but that is about 1/4 inch. So you see you're getting quite nice slices. See? If you get one that's really big, just cut it in half. I hope you can all see that okay. Just into my little bowl. Like I say, nice sharp knife. Don't worry too much, it hasn't got to be absolutely perfect. And we'll do this one. See, it has where they bone it and take it off the chicken, it's got like some cartilage there, and it's not nice to eat. It goes very horrid. If that's nice bite-sized pieces. It's going to be perfect. This might look like a bit of a faff, but if you want to do a comparison, do some that's velveted and some that isn't. The difference is absolutely night and day. So that's that bit. I'm just going to put my chopping board in and wash my hands into the wash because it needs a good wash. Right, so here's the chicken. Now for the next bit. It's quite interesting, this. So what we want to do, I need to wash my hands again now. Good. What we want to do is we want about a teaspoon of salt. I just do it in the palm of my hands. That's about a teaspoon. Sprinkle that over. We want a little splash of this fino. Oh, that's tight. Sherry. That's a kind of marinade, gives a beautiful flavour. So just give that a little stir. Do this about an hour before you want to use it. You can leave it a bit longer if you want, not too long. It doesn't take ages to do. So what we're going to do now is break an egg, because we just want egg white. We don't want the yolk. So don't get any shell or yolk in it. Yeah. Right. One side to the other. Don't get any shell in it, whatever you do. Now I'm going to save this because I'm going to make some egg rice later. That's not going to be in this dish. So remove all the shell that you haven't dropped in there. And what you need to do is just use a fork, just be gentle. What you're trying to do is break the gel of the egg white. You don't want it whipped up. You don't want it full of air, because otherwise what's going to happen is when you do the pre-cooking part, it's going to bubble up. That's not what you want. So that's pretty good. The gel's broken. There's a few little bubbles in there, but that's okay. The cornflour is going to deal with that. So I'm going to put in 4 heaped tablespoons of cornflour. Well, dessert spoons, not tablespoons. Sorry about that. Now we're going to get that mixed together. Trust me, this does work. Just give it a good mix. You can see the cornflour is now starting to become a sort of coating. You know, it's a bit like icing sugar, I suppose, when you do that. Now what we're going to do is add a couple of good glugs of vegetable oil. So it's rapeseed oil, pure rapeseed oil. That'll do. So what we're trying to achieve here, what we're going for is it sounds awful, is like a slimy finish. You can see how it's now gone shiny and it's starting to slime up a little. It sounds gross, but honest, really try it. You make this for friends or whatever, practice first, but you make it, they'll say, how did you do that? And when you finish, you see the finished dish when it's done, it's very, looks like you've got it from the takeaway. Right, so you know what, that can go and sit in the fridge now, just like that. Not like that, just like that, for an hour or so. It doesn't matter if you want to leave it a little bit longer. And then the next stage is we're going to pre-cook this, and we'll come back once I get to that stage. So back in a bit. Right, so I hope you can see that okay. This is kind of what it looks like. You can make that after about an hour or so, hour and a half. As I say, don't panic too much. So we're going to do these just a few bits at a time. If it starts, it's on number 8. If it starts to bubble like that, it's a bit hot, so turn it down. So a kind of medium heat. We're not looking to fry this. We're just looking to set the coating. So if it's a bit too much like that, just quickly turn it over. You see how it's going white? That's what we want, just a few bits at a time. As I put the chicken in, the oil will start to cool just a little bit. So I'm not going to put you through cooking all of this. I just want you to see it. So that bit, that's done. That first bit I put in, it's nice and white, it's done. It's not cooked through. We're not trying to cook it all. What we're trying to do is set the coating, which is what we've done. And just transfer it to another bowl. And you just continue like this until all your bits of chicken are just set through. That bit's done. That bit's done. I know it looks pink, but don't worry, it's only partially cooked. But that's what we want, because we're going to let it sit until we're ready to use it in our dish. So I'll get all this done, and then I'll come back. Right, so last few bits now. Looking good. As I say, we don't want them fried. We want no colour. We want them to just be white like that. So you can see it's not going mad in the oil. It's not cooked through, so don't taste it, don't eat it or anything, because undercooked chicken is it's good for weight loss, but it's not so good for your well-being. Right. See, I did the clacky thing again then. Do you hear that? So just move that over there out of the way. So I don't know if you can kind of see that. That's it. That's now velveted, and it's ready to be used in the dish, the stir-fried dish of your choice, really. So you can, we're doing kung po chicken today. You can do sweet and sour, chicken in black bean, chicken curry, Chinese chicken curry, that is, whatever you like. So that is velveting chicken. It does look like a faff, but once you try it and you do it, it's just completely different to if you didn't do it. It's hard to explain really, but this is how they do it. They would make this in a giant batch in the Chinese restaurant and store it. Now, one thing I have to say is, don't put that in the fridge. So you want to get this ready sort of no more than about an hour before you're ready to cook it. If you put it in the fridge, it will go cold, obviously, but it will also go tough and dry and slightly yellow, sort of tinge to it. I can't describe it, but just leave it on the side. If you're in summer and you need to protect it, put something over it. But just leave it on the side. Don't put it in the fridge. It'll go dry and it'll be tough. And it's going to be stir fried. So the next bit will be on the second part of this video, where I'm actually going to make the kung po chicken and cashew nuts using our velveted chicken. So I'll catch you then. If you like this video, then you can like it. You could subscribe if you want. It's free. So we'll see you shortly.